Hello, my name is Rayos. Sorry about the cream on my nose just that I got a pimple, but leaving that aside, I'm going to talk to you about a funny anecdote that happened to me two weeks ago. I went to accompany my mom to the supermarket to do the shopping. I usually stay in the car because I'm too lazy to get out, but this time I did get out to accompany her and help her because there were several things that my mom was going to buy. It all started because I was chatting with my friend on WhatsApp. He was telling me about something that had happened to him. So I was helping my mom as well as I was chatting with my friend on the cell phone. So I was doing two things at the same time. Once we finished doing two errands, we went to buy. That's when I ended up in a different place because I was using the cell phone. So I was really paying attention to my mom, and I end somewhere else without noticing. So I ended up next to the person, and I started to touch the person's shoulders, thinking it was my mom. I touched her shoulders several times while saying, "Hey, mom, mom, mom," but I never to see the person. And since she didn't answer me, I turned to saw it wasn't my mom, and I did of shame, and I did for of shame. So I apologized to the person, and I told him that I thought it was my mom, and the person was laughing out loud and told me not a worry. Uh, that there was no problem, and after that I turned to the other side and saw my mom who was in the row next to me. She was watching um, what I was doing, and she was laughing a lot as well and making fun of me. After that, I went with my mom, and she couldn't stop loading, so I started loading too. My mom turned to saw the person next to me, and my mom said, "What do you think about my son?" And the other person replied while still learning that there was no problem, and that once the same thing happened to his son. That was not the only thing that happened. When we were going to the car, I kept talking to my friend on the cell phone because he kept talking to me about what had happened. So when got to the car, my mom got inside, and I started outside because I was using my cell phone, and my mom beeped to me, and I was so scared that I even jumped. Then I got in the car, and again my mom was laughing at me because of the way I jumped. So I laughing with my mom. And to finish, when I got into the car, I started to drink. I started to drink from my water bottle, and when my mom speed up, I dropped the bottle and my clothes. And my clothes got wet, so I had to go out the way, wet and cold until I got to home. It was an anecdote that made me laugh a lot, but also gives me a lot of shame because I genuinely thought it was my mom. And it reminds as I listened to not use the cell phone when I go to the supermarket. And that's all. That was my anecdote, and I hope you liked it and loved it a little. And thank you very much, teacher, and goodbye.